All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at what could be a brand new, game-changing tool from OpenAI. It's called Prism, and the whole idea behind it is to fundamentally speed up the pace of scientific discovery itself.
I mean, just think about it for a second. The device you're watching this on, the clean water you drink, pretty much any medical breakthrough you can name, it's all built on a foundation of science. It is the engine that powers our world.
But here's the really weird part. While AI is taking these massive leaps forward, a lot of the actual day-to-day tools that scientists have to use are, well, they're kind of stuck in the past. And this creates what you could call a hidden friction, something that's quietly slowing down progress.
So what is this hidden friction? Well, it all boils down to one core problem: fragmentation. And this is the heart of the issue. Imagine trying to cook a fantastic meal, but your ingredients are in the garage, your pots and pans are in the attic, and your recipes are in the basement. You'd spend more time running around than actually cooking, right? Well, that's the reality for a lot of researchers today.
And you can see that chaos right here. A scientist is constantly jumping between all these different apps. You're writing in one program, reading PDFs in another, compiling your paper in something called LaTeX, which is the standard, then managing all your sources in yet another tool, and maybe you're even trying to use an AI in a totally separate chat window. Every time you switch, you lose focus. It's a huge drain on time and energy.
So, if fragmentation is the problem, what's the solution? Well, this is where OpenAI is stepping in with their answer, an AI-native workspace they're calling Prism.
Now, the key thing to understand is that this is not just another text editor. It's designed to be a single, unified environment with OpenAI's most powerful model, GPT 5.2, built right in. And this isn't some generic AI. It's one that's been specifically tuned for the kind of complex work science demands: reasoning, analyzing data, and synthesizing information.
And what's really smart is that they didn't just start from scratch. OpenAI actually acquired a company called Cricket, which already had a solid, well-liked platform for this exact kind of work. So Prism is built on a foundation that researchers already know and trust. That's a huge head start.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. So now for the fun part, the how. Let's peek under the hood and see how this whole unified workspace actually works. This chart just nails the difference. It's a classic before and after. The old way is on the left, just a mess of context switching and information trapped in different places. And then you have the Prism way on the right. One integrated workflow, a single workspace where the AI has all the context it needs. You're going from chaos to coherence. So what does this mean in practice? It means the AI basically becomes your research assistant. Need to find a paper that argues against your point? It can go search for it. Stuck on a complex equation? It can help you figure it out. But honestly, my favorite feature is this. You can literally take a picture of a diagram on a whiteboard, and Prism will convert it into perfect, clean LaTeX code. Just think of the hours saved right there.
But of course, science is rarely a solo mission. It's all about teamwork. So how does Prism handle collaboration? Well, this is where things get really interesting, especially when we talk about science at a massive scale.
This single number is a huge deal. Modern science often involves huge teams, sometimes hundreds of researchers from all over the world. So how many people can collaborate in Prism? The answer is unlimited. Not 10, not 50, unlimited. You don't have to worry about seat licenses or access tiers. The science dictates the size of the team, not the software.
And if that wasn't enough, there's this. It's free. Anyone with a personal ChatGPT account gets access. No subscriptions, no hidden fees. This is a big deal because it levels the playing field, giving everyone access to top-tier tools, whether they're at a huge university or a small college.
And because it's all in the cloud, nobody has to mess around with complicated software installations. Everyone sees edits in real time, which means you can finally say goodbye to emailing files named paper_final_v5_final_edited.docx back and forth. The whole point is to get rid of that administrative headache, so teams can just focus on the science.
So let's just recap. A unified workspace, totally free, with unlimited collaboration. This is clearly more than just another app. So for our last section, let's zoom out and think about what this really means for the future of discovery. OpenAI is making a pretty bold comparison here. They're basically saying, hey, remember how AI tools completely transformed how software gets made back in 2025? Well, we think we're at the very beginning of that same kind of massive shift, but this time for science.
And they're not pretending Prism is the final destination. They see it as a critical first step. It's about building the foundation for a future where AI isn't just a sidekick you ask questions,
but a deeply integrated partner in the scientific process itself.
And that leaves us with this final, powerful question. What happens when you remove all that friction, all the tedious, frustrating, time-consuming stuff from the day-to-day work of research? When the most brilliant people on the planet can finally move at the speed of their own ideas, what impossible problems are we finally going to solve? That's the future Prism is hoping to help unlock.